A man checked into a hotel room for one night. He brought no luggage, he paid in cash, and he specifically asked for room 314. What happened over the next 12 hours confused police, terrified hotel staff, and created one of the strangest unsolved mysteries in recent years. Because the next morning, when staff unlocked the room, the man was gone, but the room was locked from the inside. It was just after 9:30 p.m. when the man walked into the hotel lobby. Security footage later showed a man in his mid-30s, wearing a dark jacket and baseball cap. He approached the front desk quietly and asked for a room. Nothing about the interaction seemed unusual at first, but two small details would later stand out to investigators. First, he insisted on paying only in cash. Second, he specifically requested room 314. When the receptionist explained that guests normally can't choose exact rooms, the man paused for several seconds before repeating the request. Eventually, the receptionist gave in. Room 314 was available. The man took the key card and walked down the hallway without another word. About an hour later, something strange began happening. Several guests staying on the third floor started calling the front desk. They all reported the same thing, a strange scratching noise coming from somewhere in the hallway. One guest described it as sounding like furniture being dragged across the floor. Another said it sounded more like something scratching at the walls. But when hotel staff checked the hallway, everything was completely quiet. The only occupied room nearby was room 314. Around midnight, the hotel receptionist decided to call the room, just to make sure everything was okay. The phone rang once, twice, 3 times. Finally, someone answered. But the receptionist would later tell police something strange about the call. The person on the other end never spoke. All she could hear was breathing. Slow, heavy breathing. When she asked if everything was all right, the breathing suddenly stopped. And then, the line went dead. Just 20 minutes later, the hotel experienced a brief power outage. The entire building went dark for about 15 seconds. When the backup power kicked in, security cameras came back online. But something strange appeared in the footage. During the moment the lights returned, the camera facing the third-floor hallway captured a figure standing outside room 314. The problem? According to the keycard system, no one had entered or exited the room. The next morning, housekeeping arrived to clean the rooms. When they knocked on the door of room 314, there was no answer. They tried again. Still nothing. Eventually, the manager used a master key to open the door. But when they stepped inside, the room was completely empty. The bed had not been slept in, the bathroom was untouched, and the window was locked from the inside. The only strange thing in the entire room was a single chair placed directly in the center of the floor. Investigators quickly realized something disturbing. The room's door had a deadbolt lock that could only be engaged from inside the room. When staff opened the door that morning, the deadbolt was still locked, meaning the man inside should not have been able to leave. Even stranger, the hotel's security footage never showed him leaving the building. Police searched the room again. This time, they noticed something small carved into the wooden desk. 3 numbers scratched into the surface. 314. The same number as the room. Investigators still don't know what it means. But the strangest part of the story came months later, when a hotel employee reviewing old security footage noticed something chilling. When the man first walked into the hotel that night, he never appeared in the reflection of the glass doors. To this day, the mystery of room 314 remains unsolved. No one knows who the man was, why he insisted on that room, or how he managed to disappear from a locked space. But if the security footage is correct, one question still remains. Did he ever really check in at all?